Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friendetta Season 2, Episodes 1 through 4. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this one's 3, but we're recording a bunch of these back to back because that's how you do things in an intelligent way. I am joined by Hours, back again so soon. Internet Tiger, he's over there with all the OOs that you can't see. Go and drop one on the front for us. Bam, there's an OO token. We got back doing more bullshit from the graveyard. We got Zack over there with his Mennonite thing, and Paul with the fantastic playmat / Ravnica promotion bullshit. There you are, Paul. Wave hello to everybody. Yay, hell yeah. I'm going to run through the announcements and junk pretty quick, and then we are going to talk about our commanders, and then we're going to try to kill each other. Hopefully before my camera falls from the stand and crushes me and everyone that lives in the apartment, Majora's Mask style. We're going to start off with the patron of the week, which is somebody else. Give me a drum roll, because I don't want to do it and fuck with my camera anymore. Drum roll.
That's very fair.
Whoa, all right, that's a lot. It is Corinne Mason. Hello. Corinne is a longtime friend of mine, and Carlo Fishbeard, who we will talk about here in a bit, and many other supporters of the channel and supporters of me. Corinne kicks a lot of ass and is like a super powerful legal person. So hopefully, when this show is brought down for tax fraud, that the Boros Legion does, maybe she'll be able to help us out. That's right. If you guys didn't know, Tajic doesn't do his taxes. It's a real problem, and it's something that he's got to deal with. Anyways, and then also the comment of the week, which is the pseudo segment that I made a segment because I made a joke about it too many times. And that comment doesn't go out to a particular person, but goes out to everybody who reminded us how the Maelstrom Wanderer triggers work, because I keep forgetting, and then it's a long time since we see the Maelstrom Wanderer, and then I forget, and then the same few people show up and are like, hey, I'm here to tell you how it works, and thank you for doing it in a nice way and not in a rude way. Anyways, the other announcements that we have is that by the time this goes up, we should still have the ability to do it, but yeah, if you are on my Patreon for $1 or more, you have a chance to be pulled in a raffle to be on the show. That's right. Just like these three losers, you can join me and be moderately fun. All you need is a deck, a camera, and $1, and then like maybe a few other things like an internet connection, and like a personality maybe. But we can sort all of that out.
Hang on.
Later.
You have to have a personality?
Yeah,
Whoa,
I know.
I didn't sign up for this.
And then lastly, before we move on to the deck techs, just shout outs to the two people that help us the most behind the scenes. Number one is Cameron Hill, my editor, who does a lot of the goofs and a lot of the fun stuff that you see on screen, is also the owner and proprietor of the Coventry podcast, which I believe just recently hit the end of their kind of like first big arc, and then they're going to start playing around with some other non-D&D systems, some non-Pathfinder systems. So if you like TTRPGs, if you like listening to stuff like that, you should check it out. You can follow this information up there. And Carlos Picone, Fishbeard, does all of the thumbnails and all of the portrait work that you see. And he's a super cool dude and a great cartoonist and pretty good at bottom lane, if any of y'all are looking for some duo queues in League of Legends. That's shoutouts to Carlo. Anyways, we are here playing, like I said, kind of an anything goes jam, kind of a just whatever we're feeling. So I'm going to kick us off as the first in the turn order. I'm playing Tajic, Legion's Edge. This is a deck that I kind of threw together randomly for our Guilds of Ravnica episode, and it actually did better than I thought that it would. So I added in a few more cards, trying to add in a bunch of redundancy. The deck is built around creatures. There's a few themes, creatures power 2 or less, because Tajic's mentor ability adds counters to things with lesser power than it. So you really want to hit that 2-drop into Tajic curve because he has haste, as well as a bunch of damage-based board wipes and damage-based effects that Tajic's secondary ability that prevents the non-combat damage to kind of get around. So you want to establish a board presence. You want to then do everything that you can in the Boros colors to maintain that board presence, which usually... a lot of people like to kick Boros when they're down. It's probably still bad, but I'm going to do my best to arrest some folks and make it work. Hours, you are back. You're playing another deck that has blue and black in it. Tell us about it. Tell us about what you're trying to do.
All right, yeah. So we've got Yennett here, which has been on the... We've been on the show once or maybe twice. I can't remember. But yeah, so... The whole idea here, just top type manipulation stuff, and then big odd cost stuff, because as I'm sure no one has ever heard before, Yennett literally cannot even. Yeah, so we're just gonna cheat some stuff to the top of our deck, and then cheat it right into play from there.
Patrick, how you doing with that earthquake?
Yeah. Sorry, I was editing the thing. Yeah, so probably a lot of, top deck manipulation. I know that I was interested in building that commander. There's a lot of similarities to stuff like Yuriko and just the general top of deck shenanigans that I like. Zack, we don't have to spend too much time on you because you've played this deck a million times. Just kidding. I know you love it. You're coming at the time of this recording hot off your win on Muldrotha, so now you're trying to go 2 for 2 here on your Soul Type Babes. Tell us about this one and what people can expect to see.
Yeah, so with Sidisi, I'm just trying to do one simple thing and bring about the zombie apocalypse. I'm going to use Sidisi's main ability, which is when she comes into play or attacks, I mill the top 3 cards of my deck into my graveyard, and if there's a creature, I get a zombie. To make a bunch of zombies and use zombie tribal synergies to sort of run over and take over the game.
Yeah, and I mean, your deck, I think, I don't know. I'm kind of eyeing everybody. I seem to always end up playing Tajic or an aggressive deck when every single person needs to be punched, but there are a lot of old-ass zombie cards that if you leave them alone for a moment can instantly kill you. Speaking of instantly killing you off of doing some bullshit, Paul, you're back, and you've gone from dinosaurs to dragons. Tell us about the new you, the 2019 Paul.
Yeah, so 2019 Paul is actually a callback to 2016 Paul, where I came up in Magic the Gathering and Commander in what my friends have affectionately called Paul's Wizard Tower. So, compared to Gishoth and Thantis, which are the 2 decks that I played on the show so far, Niv-Mizzet doesn't actually care about the combat step. There is one line of text on this card that says, whenever you draw a card, Niv-Mizzet Perrin deals 1 damage to any target. There are a couple cards with an effect that reads, whenever enchanted or equipped creature deals damage to an opponent, draw a card. So that just loops over and over until everyone is dead.
Yeah, lots of... Niv-Mizzet is kind of known in all of the multiple incarnations as like an infinite kill combo machine, but... I mean, do you have anything else in the deck, or is it just those 3 cards that are gonna kill us to death, or what else you got in the blue-red sauce?
Oh yeah. So aside from those combos, which I think I'm legally obligated to include because I'm playing a Niv-Mizzet deck, I also have quite a bit of fuckery. And let me tell you, if this game gets to a state where I have Psychosis Crawler and Arjun on the board at the same time as Niv-Mizzet, everyone is going to have to do a lot of math, and it's going to be a mess.
Yeah, it's the worst kind of math because you have to do it, and it hurts us if we do it correctly. So, all right, hopefully this game, at least for me, is going to be big on arresting, big on tax evasion, and low on doing math, as opposed to you in Riddles by Dragons. All right,
it's the worst kind of math that we have to do.
All right,
Scarizard.
And I did win the invisible die roll, so I will be the one to go first. So I'm going to draw that hopefully will make my situation a little better, and it kind of didn't. So that's great. And I'm just going to play a normal-ass mountain and pass over to you, Hours.
All right. I will also draw one of my favorite things.
What? Oh, drawing. I was like, you're going to...
No, yeah,
I was
drawing.
like, damn,
I mean,
you just know you're going to draw. Judge?
I'm just super big on this basic swamp right here. I'm gonna play a temple. I'm going to scry.
A temple of silence, so please.
Yeah, actually, yeah, sorry. I'll be quiet. Okay.
Sir, this is a library.
I'll whisper the whole time.
Wow.
It's okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm done.
All right. I'll draw and start off with Crypt of Agadine, which doesn't do anything more than a swamp now, but later, when I fill up my graveyard, it'll give me a bunch of black mana.
Yeah,
and then I'll pass the turn.
I've died to that card.
I have also died to specifically that one that you're playing.
Oh, actually, we were in the same game. Yeah. We died together.
I think I killed both of you.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. You sure did.
All right.
Can I say, now that I'm just playing a basic island, that I appreciate how inoffensive this round 1 has been.
Yeah, I know. No one's been doing anything super fucked up for the most part.
Yeah. So pass the turn.
I will draw my last pathetic card. No, well, it actually wasn't that bad. It was still pretty good, and I'm happy about it. But again, kind of in an inoffensive way, I'm just going to play a Plains. Watch out, I've got all my colors of mana.
Oh, man.
All right. Then I'm going to pass over to you, Hours.
Alright, I'm gonna untap. We're gonna upkeep and draw.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna play a tapped Water Grave. I'm gonna pass the turn.
Oh damn, you were really preserving that life total.
Oh yeah.
All right. I guess I'm gonna have to be the one that gets on the board first with Carrion Feeder, a 1/1 that can't block, and then I can sacrifice other creatures to it and put +1/+1 counters on.
Yeah, no.
Eventually.
Yeah.
So you're saying you got a threat now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am the threat.
He's
Right.
Yeah. For people who don't know, I will actually say Carrion Feeder, as inoffensive as it looks, is like a big part of many board killing infinite combos. Turns out, if those of the newer Magic players in the crowd, when you have something that lets you sacrifice creatures for free and all the time without paying anything, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, because it's me, I'm going to play Rot Farm and return my crypt.
I was just gonna ask. If you had one.
Yep.
We've been over this. I thought you changed. Is this like one of those New Year's resolutions that you make and then immediately break?
I don't even make the New Year's resolution. I know what's good.
I see. I guess everybody. All right. Fine. Well.
All right. I'm going to drop a mountain. I too now have all of my colors. And I will pass the turn.
I see. Good. You and I, we're on that Guilds of Ravnica train. We're doing it big. Okay. Well, I'm going to get onto the board slower than I would have liked. But we're still out here. I'm going to play. I think that I played this last time, but I'm going to play Handwear Garrison. A little shiny Handwear Garrison. Handwear Garrison is a 2/3 creature for 3, which is not normally what you want, but whenever it attacks, you put 2 1/1 red human creature tokens onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. So they're a whole town of people, and they rabble-rouse, and they get in there. So that's going to be it for my turn.
You will play an island, and let me get out my crystal ball. We'll see if we can start telling what's going to start happening here.
Tell us about the crystal ball.
So the crystal ball, I can pay 1 mana and tap it, and then I can just scry 2.
Yeah, and
that's about it.
Probably really good when you can play things off the top of your deck for free.
I mean, it's like maybe okay.
Oh, I see. Well, if it's only maybe okay, then
yeah, it's only maybe okay.
Doesn't bother
Don't worry
me.
about it. It's fine. Good.
All right. I'll untap. That crystal ball scares me a little, so I'm going to come in with this Carrion Feeder for the whole 1.
Oh, the whole 1?
First blood.
The whole 1. And
I'll remember that.
I'll play a Temple of Deceit, so the blue-black temple, and then scry. I don't think I want that yet, so I'll put that on the bottom. And then, just to make this game exciting,
What?
I'll play a Concordant Crossroads.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
So,
Which is,
all right.
Yeah. Concordant Crossroads is an enchant world, which is an old type of enchantment.
holy
And
shit.
basically, there can only be one in play at the same time. And it just says, all creatures have haste.
Well, all
And then I'll pass.
all creatures.
All right.
Well,
Wonderful.
the Legion thanks you for your service. I will never forget this.
I will drop an island and tap 3 and play a commander sphere.
Hey.
Pass the turn.
Okay, well, holy moly.
Mana.
It's a little less good knowing that because Tajic already has haste, and now
Now he's got 2 haste.
and now
He got super haste.
he's fucking so fast.
Look up rocket-powered turbo slug if you
Yeah,
want.
exactly. I would absolutely play that as commander if I could.
All right, well now ours also has the ability to give haste to Yennett, which I do not like.
Yeah, see, I was definitely gonna hope no one noticed that.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to point it out, but like,
All right,
I guess
I'm
I
gonna.
did.
You know what? I'm gonna do a spicy series of plays that some people may have seen in their times in Standard, because 2 of these cards are legal in Standard right now. I'm going to play a land. I'm going to play a land that Zack traded to me. It's called Iganjo Castle. It is a legendary land that taps for white mana, or I can pay a white and tap it to prevent the next 2 damage that would be dealt to target legendary creature, which is great because
you can protect our commanders.
Yeah, because I have, well, someone's commanders. And I'm going to go ahead and tap 3, and we're going to play Tajic, Legion's Edge. He didn't super go over everything that he does, but he's a pretty fun dude. Has haste, has double haste, as we've gone over. Is a 3/2 and has Mentor, which is a new ability, relatively new ability. It says whenever it attacks, you can put a +1/+1 counter on something that has lesser power than it, so you're like teaching it. But the most important thing is that it prevents all non-combat damage that be dealt to other creatures that I control. So it's going to kind of help control the board here. or control my board a little bit. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and attack ours with all of this, and I'm going to get a few triggers here. One, I'm going to make 2 1/1 tapped human creatures, tapped and attacking, which are going to be these survivor tokens, because I don't know where the other tokens are. And then the mentor trigger is going to go off, and I will put a counter onto the Handwear Garrison. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage coming at you, buddy.
Dear God.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it sure is. But all right, we're down to 31. I'm super thrilled about.
There is one thing that the Boros Legion does, and you are looking at it. And then I'm going to play a card that I'm very excited to cast that could super backfire. For a single red mana, I'm going to play Light Up the Stage. From the new Ravnica Allegiance. Light Up the Stage has a spectacle cost. Spectacle says that I can cast it for cheaper if someone else has dealt damage, and someone just got dealt a fair amount of damage. And it says,
a decent amount.
Exile the top 2 cards of my library until the end of my next turn. I may play those cards. So we're going to exile a mountain, and we're going to exile Teferi's Protection. That is...
That's a card.
Kind of wanted Teferi's Protection to chill in my hand, maybe. I gotta say, I was thinking that. Anyways, these are... I'll just kind of have these down here, and at the end of my next turn, they will remove themselves from play. Yeah, so that'll be it for me. Hours, go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to untap. On my upkeep, I'm going to scry 2 with my crystal ball. I think I don't want that. All right, we'll put 1 on top and 1 on the bottom. We'll play a swamp. We'll play everyone's favorite card that costs a single blue mana and 2 colorless mana. It's a Rhystic Study.
Wow.
Oh boy.
2019 is fucking year of the Rhystic Study, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, no one played it in 2018 for sure, but everyone's played it in 2019.
I know, yeah. This new card. Anyways, yeah, Rhystic Study. Yeah, tell everyone about it.
So if anyone doesn't know what Rhystic Study is, 1, I envy you. 2, whenever an opponent plays a spell, you may draw a card. Well, I may draw a card unless that player pays 1. Simple enough, but let's hope I can draw some cards off of it. Because I would love to not die.
Sweet. I'll untap, draw for turn. That'll be useful later, but for now I'm going to play an Unholy Grotto, which is a land that can tap for colorless, or I can pay a black and use it to put a zombie from my graveyard on top of my deck. But for now, all it's going to do is summon Sidisi.
Hey.
Sidisi.
Come into play, mill 3, and find a Shepherd of Rot, so I get a hasty zombie.
Shit. We've already missed my first trigger. Excellent.
Oh, the Rhystic Study? Yeah, no. You gotta... Listen.
Yeah. No, it's...
Yeah, no, if you're playing Rhystic Study, you gotta keep track of it, yep.
The main thing here is I get a zombie, and then... all of these friends are coming in at ours. And then
that makes sense.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then I'll trigger Sidisi again, getting a Llanowar Dead, an Unbreathing Horde, and Gravespawn Sovereign.
Okay.
So just a bunch more zombies.
Dear
so
God.
I get another token, and just hit you for 6.
Alright, well, I am at 25, if math is something that I can do, which I apparently can. It's not something I'm super thrilled about, but I mean, I guess it's happening.
Yep, and then I'm done. Go ahead.
Damn.
So I have to wonder, as someone who was not present in ours' other game, did you do something to them?
Well,
I mean, I demonic tutored for a Soul Ring, which was probably destroyed. But you would think I came after their families or something.
To be fair, I attacked you for 8 first when you were at almost full. The other thing though is I am very afraid of Yennett having haste,
which is fair.
That's true.
I feel responsible for hasty Yennett. So.
Well, the issue is that I don't actually have a 5th land, which is you may.
that would be. I could see how that's a problem.
Yeah, it might be a problem.
Is it a problem?
I mean, not for you.
All
right. Well, maybe.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play an island as my land for turn. I'm going to tap 4 plus 1 extra for Rhystic Study.
Hey, there you go.
And cast a Murmuring Mystic.
Oh, shit.
Which is another Guilds of Ravnica card.
Hey.
It is a 1/5 human wizard that says, whenever I cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 blue bird illusion creature token with flying.
Yeah, not
and
bad.
that'll do it for me because I am tapped out.
All right. Well, I was gonna maybe keep attacking ours, but now I feel bad. And this is why I'm probably not very good at playing Boros, because I sometimes want to stop attacking people to death when I probably shouldn't. I'm gonna go ahead and play my Mountain from Exile so that I don't lose it forever, because that seems like a pretty good thing to do. And then I am... You know what? I'm probably going to attack Zack because I don't know what all the zombies in your graveyard do, but you have a Carrion Feeder in play. You have a thing that puts zombies back in play, or back in your shit.
Back on top, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not super excited about all that.
All right.
So I'm going to send all of this at you. We're going to get 2 more humans here. 2 more survivors, or they're not really survivors. They're just normal ass humans. Funny enough, they're not even soldiers. Yeah. They're just mad. But I will. Yeah. So I have these 4 tokens coming at you, and then the mentor trigger is gonna say, because this one is a special token, mentor trigger goes on this one. So this one in particular just learned a ton. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage coming at you.
I will block one of them, and my zombie will tussle with one of your little basic humans.
Okay, so zombie's gonna get tangled up here, and you're gonna take 10 damage.
Yep.
All right.
Totally reasonable amount of damage.
Straight down to 30.
Well, then I guess I'm just gonna cast a Fairy's Protection before. Yeah. So sure, fine.
Would you like to maybe let me try to draw a land? How does that sound to you?
Is it? Well, I don't know. I don't know if I do want to let you draw off of it.
I would love to draw a land, but I get it. It's okay.
Look, here's the thing. It's nothing against you. I've been burned too many times before by people that play cards like you.
That became a statement.
Some little hate for it there, right?
Look, I'm just saying.
I feel a little offended.
Well, listen, I'm just saying. Look, it's.
I didn't say you're wrong.
Yeah.
I just said I'm offended. That's definitely two different things.
Well, I'm going to cast a Fairy's Protection. Until my next turn, my life total can't change. I have protection from everything. All permanents I control phase out. And exile to Fairy's Protection, which is going to be exiled anyways. And now I'm out. And I did pay the 1. So.
Did your camera freeze, Pat, or is that me? Hang on.
No, he's just not moving that much.
He appears to be stuck.
I'm phased out.
Oh, you're phased out. Okay, yeah. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will go to my turn. So we can do one of 2 things here. One of them is scry on my upkeep and try to guarantee that I hit a land. Or I could just try to YOLO one and see if I can cast this shit at this turn. I think it goes really bad for me if I don't draw a land, so I should probably scry on my upkeep.
Boo.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, and neither of these are lands actually. All right, come on, land. That's also not a land. However, it's also a card I can cast, so that's kind of good. All right, well, I could very much die already, but we're just gonna. I actually didn't think about how this card might actually be a little hard to resolve, but. We're going to cast Manifold Insights. So I'm going to reveal the top 10 cards in my library. And then each of you gives me a non-land from it.
Whoa. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, I actually really like this card. But
I'm phasing back in from vacation because I think I do have to do this.
You do have to. We're just going to go ahead and put all these lands that I would absolutely love to have off to the side because you cannot give me them. As much as I'm sure you would love to. We've got 4 choices here. We've got Arcane Denial, Phyrexian Delver, Reanimate, and Lindul's Vault.
All right, so Zack goes first and chooses one of these to give to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll give you the Vault, because it's one of my favorite cards.
All right, get the Vault.
I'm going to give you the Reanimate, because I believe your graveyard is empty.
All right, Pat, what am I getting?
I'll give you Arcane Denial.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Because I figure if you end up countering something of mine,
you'll get to draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
I see. You were trying to do card draw in Boros.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you do card draw in Boros. You all play against someone that has Arcane Denial and threaten their life.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to put these on the bottom, and I'm going to pass the turn once again.
All right, now go back to being phased
Where
out.
have we heard this? Oh, wait, actually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I got to discard. Wait, I do. I just can't count. So we are going to discard. We're going to discard a Doom Whisperer, which I'm sure is totally fine.
Okay. I gave you Reanimate.
Well, you did, but I'm pretty sure if I cast Reanimate, I just die. Like, it cost me 5 life to Reanimate that. And then paying the 2 life is not really what I want to be doing.
I'll draw for turn. Okay, so I'm going to replay that Crypt of Agadine, tap 4, not paying for Rhystic Study, for an Undead Alchemist.
I would love to draw a card off of that.
Yeah.
That one is a land. It definitely enters town.
It's still a land and it still scares me. But first I'm going to read my Undead Alchemist, which says, if a zombie I control would deal combat damage to a player, instead that player puts that many cards from the top of their library into their graveyard. And whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from an opponent's library, exile that card and I make a 2/2 zombie instead.
Oh, it exiles too. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh, that's actually an issue. Wait a minute. All right.
Yeah. So I'm going to just send the Undead Horde at you.
All right. So that's you get an attack trigger.
Yeah, attack trigger first. So a coast, Liliana's Mastery. Okay, first whiff.
Okay.
But there's 9 zombie damage and 3 commander damage coming at you.
We'll take the 3, and I mill 9, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I will mill 9 from the zombies. We'll mill Future Sight, Swan Song, Cyclonic Rift, Artisan of Kozilek, Mortuary Mire, Djinn of Wishes, Galdus Shrine, Glacial Fortress, and a Nexus of Fate. So we have 2 creatures here, which will become exiled, and you will get 2 zombies. Alright, we'll just put it over here. The rest go to my graveyard, except for Nexus Fate, which replaces itself and shuffles itself back in.
And then I'm out of spells that do things, or mana to do spells that do things. I still have spells, but go ahead, Paul.
Alright. I'm going to drop a mountain as my land for turn. I am going to tap 6. This is going to be red. Not paying for Rhystic Study to cast Niv-Mizzet Perrin, who is uncounterable.
I would love to draw a card from that. Thank you.
He has haste, and he is a 5/5 flyer. What is the biggest creature on the board right now? Tapped or otherwise?
I have a Sidisi at 3/3, and my Undead Alchemist is a 4/2.
And there's a phased out 4/3 on 3/4 on Pat's side.
Okay. Then I am just going to leave these Guilds of Ravnica cards untapped for potential blocking needs.
Love that. It's my favorite.
Pass the turn.
All right. Now I come back from vacation, and I'm sure nothing weird has happened at all.
Absolutely.
Absolutely
nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and untap all my shit. I'm going to draw a card. So, let's see. I could get pretty close to killing ours, but I don't...
You sure could. But what if you didn't
No. Well, I don't really want to, is the thing.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just here to help, you know?
So so here's the deal. I'm extremely worried about Zack. Just...
I do agree
why.
with that. I agree with that assessment.
Super worried, because this is pretty close to the moment that we usually lose.
It stops.
Well, if you would so graciously allow me to draw some cards, I would absolutely
don't
try my best to help out.
Ours, I can still kill you this turn if you don't stop.
I know.
If you want to keep talking, go for it. So okay. let's see. I can attack over there and do a pretty significant amount of damage to Zack. How's everyone else on the table feeling?
I'm personally against that.
I understand.
That doesn't make sense.
One would imagine. How much is a lot? Because there may be things that I can do on my next turn, but I am terrified of the crackback.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that you might attack in with Niv-Mizzet, but in keeping with the nature of being phased out, I didn't want to anchor you. If you know what I mean. All right, so are you going to be able to cast Yennett next turn?
Me? As of right now, no, because I have a single land, and it is a tap land.
Jesus Christ, what is going on over there? Bro?
Yeah, I know. It's upsetting to me, too.
Depending on how much collusion we have to do right now, you could, Patrick, cast a spell and not pay 1 for Ristic study.
Yeah,
exactly.
Here's the thing.
See, that's another vote.
The spells that I have are pretty important, and so I don't think I can just... I'm going to play my land for the turn, which is going to be Sunhome, Fortress of the Legion. I can pay 2 red and white to give target creature double strike until end of turn, so even more potentially explosive damage stuff. All right, so, okay, I think I'm just going to go ahead and attack Zack. So I'm going to send in with pretty much everything right now. That's going to give me some triggers. I'm going to make 2 more tokens, and I'm going to put the Mentor trigger on another token. So in total, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
All right. I think my blocks are actually just going to be on Tajic and the Garrison.
Okay. Just you're chumping right there?
Yeah. So, well, I'm going to attempt to trade with Tajic and then chump the Garrison and feed it to my Carrion Feeder.
Well, in that case, I will pay... 2 to give Tajic first strike.
Yeah, and then I'll feed... So after you've done that, I'll feed the zombie to the feeder.
Sure. Okay, so you end up taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
all in total.
7
So
damage.
you go down to 23.
Yeah.
All right.
We're fine.
Okay. Well, now I don't know what all I should be doing, but... Hours.
How about a 4-mana spell?
Hours, I will let you draw a card, but I swear to God, if you board wipe after immediately, I'm never letting you on the show again.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever do that.
Okay.
Cyclonic Rift is in his graveyard. We at least know that.
Yeah, he's in my graveyard.
I know.
It's clearly gone forever, so...
Okay. I'm going to play a Handwear Militia Captain, and I'm not going to pay the 1.
You even have the mana and you're not going to pay the 1?
Yeah, because I'm letting you draw a card.
Pat, I appreciate you.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm going to draw this
Yeah.
card, and I'm going to love it.
Yeah, so Handwear Militia Captain is just a 2-mana 2/2 that says at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more creatures, you transform Handwear Militia Captain, and on the back half, it becomes Westvale Cult Leader, and it says Westvale Cult Leader's power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control, so it becomes pretty big, and then at the beginning of each end step, I create more tokens. So, assuming that I am not betrayed in any way, this will turn into a very large creature here in a bit. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Hours, I hope you drew a good one, buddy.
Alright. Well, I certainly did, because it was a land.
Hey, well, there we go.
Alright, untap, I'm going to draw. Oh, okay, so well, that changes things, actually. I'm going to reveal Temporal Mastery off the top of my library. Just sitting there. Alright.
Okay.
So, this one is a 7-mana card that says take an extra turn after this one and exile it. So it has Miracle, where if it's the first card I draw this turn, I can pay 1 colorless and 1 blue to cast it instead.
So you're casting a sorcery, correct?
Yeah, I sure am.
Niv-Mizzet will trigger. So Niv-Mizzet says, whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery card, or a sorcery spell, I draw a card. I'm going to do that, and that's going to make Niv-Mizzet's other trigger happen. I've drawn a card, so Niv-Mizzet will deal 1 damage to any target, and I'm going to ping Zack in the face for 1.
So that goes down to 22. All right.
All right.
So, and then Hours, you're casting literal Time Walk here.
It exiles itself, so it's completely different.
Oh yeah, I see. Just two mana taking
But
extra.
yeah, it's this time.
Yes.
Well,
I only have two extra turn spells, and now this one's gone forever.
well, as long as you don't forget what I've done for you
okay.
by setting up your miracle here, buddy.
Absolutely. I mean, I do very much appreciate that. So we're gonna exile that, and we're going to go to my next turn. Well, not my next turn yet, because I get to play this land, which is the Plains, which I love. We're gonna cast Portent, and it says, look at the top 3 cards of target player's library, which I'm targeting me. Put them back in any order, and I can shuffle them. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep, which conveniently will also be my turn.
And so, yes, while you're doing that, because you cast Portent, Niv-Mizzet will trigger. I will draw a card, and drawing a card will make Niv-Mizzet's other trigger, and I will do another damage to Zack.
All right, Zack goes down to 21.
All right, am I good to resolve this?
Yeah, you're doing it, buddy.
All right.
Oh my god.
All right, we're gonna get these 3. So we would go to my next turn. Untap on my upkeep. Portent triggers, and I draw a card. And then I draw a card for my turn. I will play Path of Ancestry. Alright, fine. Let's see if this gets to be killed anyway. I will cast Yennett then. It's a 3/5. It's got Flying, Vigilance, and Menace. And the most important line of text, whenever it attacks, I can reveal the top card of my library. If it's an odd cost, I can cast it for free. If it's even, then I put it into my hand.
And is your deck entirely odd cost? Were you someone that did that?
It's not entirely, but it's like of the non-land cards, I'm gonna say it's like 85%, maybe 90%.
All right, okay.
And all the big stuff is odd for sure.
So Yennett has haste, so you're going somewhere with it.
Yennett does have haste. Mm-hmm. So we are going to go at Paul with my 3/5 Flying Vigilance Menace.
I don't love that, but it has Menace, so there is nothing I can do.
Yeah. Niv-Mizzet is too afraid.
Before the damage anyway, I get to reveal this.
Yes. And it is.
It's on attack. And it is a Lord of the Void. I've actually not gotten to get into play it yet. This is a 7 mana, 7/7 flying. When it deals combat damage to a player, I exile the top 7 cards of their library, and I can put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield under my control.
Yowza.
Dang.
Not intimidating at all, I'm sure. It's totally fine.
There you go. And look, now you got blockers too. You're fine.
That's true. I got 2 whole blockers.
Yeah. And you got yourself a flying Sphinx and a flying Void Lord.
I do, and I am quite happy about that. All right, I will go to my end step, and I believe I have to discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is 9, which is a lot. I'm gonna discard Hall of the Bandit Lord because that's probably not gonna do that good right now. And who do we want? We'll discard Extract from Darkness. Go ahead.
Cool. I'll untap.
Yeah, because I figure even if he sacks the Undead Alchemist, right, it's like he doesn't have that many attackers right now.
No, I don't actually have that many zombies yet.
Yeah, I actually did kind of overestimate how many zombies you had.
Yeah, I was like, you're like,
No.
I'm
However,
gonna die.
they do kind of come out of nowhere, you know?
They do, but the ones that come out of nowhere, like, you got a Sidisi attack trigger, so that one can't attack. Right, there's got to be a lot of stuff going on to make.
It's more of just like an instinctual fear of zombies, which is probably brought on by playing too much with Zack.
That's true. I don't begrudge you for being afraid of zombies. Also, I have the feeling that maybe Paul drew the infinite combo in all of the cards are getting. That is also concerning. I'm not trying to like cast, a shade of doubt on that. I just think it's so funny to me that we're all like, oh fuck, what do we do? And Niv-Mizzet is literally sitting there just like this with his art
to murder us.
That is just what he do,
I'm just in the lab. Raul Zarek is running shit. I don't need to worry about
Paul's just gonna untap and be like, I think this game went on enough turns. That seems fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Zach.
Yeah.
What do you got for us?
I think I was gonna do something to you, Patrick, but I think the instant Sphinx and Demon Friend are a little scary to me.
I think they're not really that scary. It's just 2 creatures, and you have 5. 2 is less than 5, so it's totally fine.
So what I'm going to do is use Crypt of Agadine to add 4 mana to my mana pool, since I have 4 creatures in my graveyard. And then add another 2.
Okay, so you have 6 mana.
And play Grave Titan.
Hey!
Bring along the zombies.
I will remember my Mystic Study trigger.
Yes, you probably should.
All right, so Grave Titan comes in, 6/6 Death Touch, and it makes 2 friends.
Touch. Yeah, when it comes into play or attacks, sort of similar to Sidisi.
Yeah.
And now I'm just wondering where this is going. I don't think it's going at Patrick. I think we're on the same team of beat up the people doing big things. Or is that where you are, Patrick?
Yeah.
I don't like those words very much.
Here's the situation I'm in. I don't know who I am attacking. I think, well, and so here's the deal: is I basically didn't kill Hours on the idea that he will not board wipe me. I figure that's not gonna last until the next turn because he needs to survive. If you don't attack me, I'm not gonna take advantage of that. And then be like, aha, I'll get you, which means like maybe I'm attacking Paul, but then Paul also hasn't really done anything yet, and so I don't know. Look, I'm comfortable saying that if you're not coming after me, I'm not coming after you.
I don't think I'm coming after you right now.
I also,
the question is,
in the nicest way that I can put this, don't think you have the life to come after me.
That is also true.
I definitely do not.
Because we can do this, and I don't think you're going to like where it turns out.
Yeah. Let's do some combat. I think let's send Carrion Feeder at Paul and Sidisi and Grave Titan at Hours.
That does make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, so first of all, Sidisi and Grave Titan are going to trigger. So Sidisi first. Okay, there's a Lich Lord and a Living Death, which I will not be casting this game. But it does mean because there was a zombie or a creature in there, I get another zombie.
So those triggers have resolved now, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. And Carrion Feeder is
a 3/3. That can eat other zombies for fun and profit and +1/+1 counters.
Yes. So yeah, I decide first because I'm next in turn order, right? Is that how this works? Cool.
Yep.
I'm going to let Carrion Feeder through.
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
I think it's a good play.
So I've almost never had the Death Touch on Grave Titan be relevant, but it's really making me not want to block my 7/7.
Yet here we are.
Yet here we are. So I don't actually take damage if I don't block it, though. Nice.
It is not actually a zombie.
Yeah. It is a giant, isn't it? Oh, that's really upsetting.
It is very large. The zombies are inside. The zombies were the friends that were inside us.
Zombies are in his belly.
Spilling out of our chest.
That's a mental image.
Zombies on the inside, giants on the outside.
Do I want to take 6? I'm at 22, so I can go down to 16. That's kind of low, but you know what? I'm gonna let him through. We're gonna see what happens. I will double block the Sidisi. Just to be like super extra sure.
Yeah. So Sidisi's dead as hell, and you're gonna take 6 damage.
Yeah. Which is a lot.
Cool.
It might be a bad idea.
Paul is going to mill 3.
Yes.
Because I still have my alchemist.
So let's mill 3. We're gonna mill Baral, Chief of Compliance.
That's one zombie.
Yep. We're gonna mill a Sheevan Reef.
Okay.
And we're gonna mill
and Baral gets exiled, by the way.
Baral is exiled.
Yep. And then
2 lands are in my graveyard.
And then Zombaral is reborn.
But without the fun little extra words.
Well, it's because he doesn't have a brain, right? He's lost all of his magic powers.
Yeah. He's given it all up to fight. He
loses his clothes, so he loses a point of toughness, but he gains some undead strength and gets a point of power.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, I'm ready for this turn. We have been doing some stuff.
Let's see if we're dead.
I'm gonna just give you a spoiler. Nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing is gonna happen?
Well, it depends on.
You have a draw step. You have a draw step.
So draw step. I will draw a card. Niv-Mizzet triggers. Hours swang at me, so I'm gonna ping him for 1.
Ooh.
You know what? That's fair. That is fair.
All right. Let's see if I can make stuff happen.
All right. Let's get it.
I'm going to play a command tower as my land for turn. I'm going to... That Ristic Study is still there, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to tap a blue to cast a Brainstorm.
Ooh.
And you're not paying?
I am not paying. So...
I will draw a card.
You'll draw a card. There's going to be a lot of pinging.
Go
so
for
the
it.
first thing that'll happen is I cast Brainstorm. So I will draw a card, and deal 1 damage to ours.
From Niv's trigger, right?
Yes.
All right. Map 14.
Okay. So then, Brainstorm will resolve unless anyone has responses to it.
Nah, dog.
Nope.
Okay. Brainstorm says, draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. I've drawn 3 cards, so Niv-Mizzet will trigger 3 times, and I will deal 3 damage to ours.
Oh my god. All right, ours goes down to
All right.
You also get a bird.
I guess.
I do get a bird, and I have the token. That's how excited I am for it.
Hell yeah.
Dog.
Look at that. I have a friend. And so now I need to put 2 cards back onto the top of my library. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna continue on that standard train. I'm gonna tap 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Not paying 1 for Ristic Study.
Hell yeah. Eat up, baby.
To cast Risk Factor.
Oh, all right. Who are you targeting?
So instant card means I'm going to do the Niv-Mizzet trick again, draw a card, deal 1 damage to ours.
Okay.
Right.
And so ours, tell me, would you like to have Risk Factor? Risk Factor says target opponent may have Risk Factor deal 4 damage to them. If that player doesn't, you draw 3 cards. And it has Jumpstart, which says I can cast the card from my graveyard by discarding a card in addition to its other costs, which is 2 and a red. Then I exile it.
Yeah, so you can basically double cast things with Jumpstart by discarding cards.
Right.
Is the deal. So now, ours, you have a decision to make, apparently.
Do I really have a decision? It doesn't really feel like
should have warned people about how petty Paul can be, but I'm glad that I didn't.
Like, damn, I didn't realize that 3 damage was like... I didn't realize that was my death sentence there.
I love it. Okay.
All right, so I either give you 3 cards, which is presumably 3 more damage to me.
That's true.
Or I take 4 damage, and then you have it in your graveyard. So so that's a minimum of 5 damage, because you get the Hasty Bird, and you draw 3 more cards, and you get the Niv trigger. So I am dead no matter what.
Well, I don't know about that, because if I do
if you jump-started again.
If I do all of that to try and kill you, then I have nothing left.
That's a good point. Yeah. All right, you can have 3 cards, and I would love to not die. How do you feel about that one?
I feel okay about that.
Well, you've drawn 3 cards, and now you have 3 ping triggers. So now we'll see where those end up going.
I do have 3 ping triggers, and I am going to throw them all at the Carrion Feeder.
Carrion Feeder will eat a zombie. And now it has 3 damage on it and 4 toughness.
Yes. And that is about what that can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have a lot of zombies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I may have made a mistake.
Many zombies.
So, Paul, if we work together next turn, I can take care of the zombies. Okay.
Does that also mean you are going to remove my board? My beautiful birds that I love so much.
I will be honest with you and say that if we deal with the zombies, the birds, by virtue of being smaller than the zombies, will have to go. I mean, you don't have to. I'm putting it out there that if you're worried about the zombies.
How much favor do I curry from you if I try and get rid of as many zombies as I can just right now on my side?
I would say like a moderate amount. I would say. I mean, like it'll probably change up, some of what I'm trying to do, I guess. I don't think I can say anything else without incriminating myself, so I will say you should continue taking your turn in the best way that you see fit.
Okay. If that is the case, that is a whole lot of question mark. In the interest of letting people see your cool things, I'm just going to pass the turn.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I have to discard a lot. 1, 2,
holy
3,
shit.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I got to discard 4 cards. I'm just discarding some stuff.
Yeah,
I've discarded Blue Sun Zenith, a Fire Diamond, a Mountain, and a Jin Gataxis.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. I guess that's.
I'm just not close enough to cast that.
I definitely think, as someone that has a Jin Gataxis in one of my decks, that's like up there on the list of cards that is rarely played, but is extremely often discarded, much to a very loud groan of people at the table. Like, it's like everybody has to make a noise if they know that they could have been got by Gitaxis this game. Okay. All right, so on upkeep, I have 4 more creatures, so Handwear Militia Captain is going to flip. Handwear Militia Captain is now Westvale Cult Leader and is power and toughness equal to the number of creatures in control, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's an 8/8. Oh, baby. All right, well, I'm going to draw this card. Oh, my God.
Let's do it.
Uh-oh. Those are not good words to hear.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So, being at 10 life when there's a Boros player saying, oh my God, is not really the situation I envisioned myself being in.
I feel so amazing right now. Okay, holy shit. Okay.
If this is like the time you did, like, what was it, a wheel into a Notion Thief, I'm gonna be mad.
No. First off, it's Boros, so anything that I do is gonna be way cooler than that. I'm gonna play. I just drew a card that has a lot of personal significance to me, and I think let me just say I can give you a preview of this card because Zack has seen me cast it in a tournament.
Oh no! Uh-oh. Now we have 2 people laughing. I really don't like this.
Okay. All right. So. All right, I'm going to play a Needle Spires tapped, which is it's a creature land. It can turn into a 2/1 double striker for a pretty significant mana investment. Okay, I think if I'm going to make anything happen here, if I'm going to try and unlock the super sweet potential of what goes down here, I'm going to have to. Someone is going to have to die. I don't know who that is, but.
Yeah, I think I know.
Well, I'll put it this way. All right, so I'm going to cast a new card, one of the only new cards that's in the deck. You already saw Light Up the Stage. We're all #Ravnica Allegiance, and this isn't even the Ravnica Allegiance episode. I'm going to attempt to cast Unbreakable Formation.
That's a
Unbreakable
card.
Formation is an instant that says creatures I control gain indestructible until end of turn, with addendum, if I cast this spell during my main phase, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures, and they gain vigilance until end of turn.
How much power does that turn into?
Let me tell you, Paul, it's a shitload. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're going to get 8 more power because each of these are going to get a counter.
Mm-hmm.
We also do have 2 cards that trigger off of you casting that.
That is true. I do want to see.
Right. I'm just
this is going though.
I'm just explaining how this works. Yeah. So there's going to be 8 counters. Handwear Garrison is going to make 2 more bodies. Tajic's going to add another counter. So there's going to be base 9. Westvale Cult Leader is going to get bigger from the bodies being spawned. And then all of them are going to be indestructible, and they're going to have vigilance.
All right. Should we go ahead and resolve the other triggers?
Yeah, that is true. Other triggers are happening.
This is on the stack.
Are you paying the one?
I'm not paying the one.
All right, I will draw a card.
Yes, and you have cast an instant sorcery spell, so I will draw a card. And then I am... you're going to do something. I'm going to ping you for 1.
All right.
At the very least, you will not end this game in 40.
Okay, well, Unbreakable Formation is going to go off, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a bunch of counters. This is going to take a sec. So... that happens. Now we're going to go to attacks. And I am going to declare attackers at Paul.
That is everything?
Like all of them?
Every single one of them.
Oh, boy.
If you...
So you have some attack triggers there.
If you've got some mana, Paul, I'm going to need you to use all that.
Well...
defending yourself from death.
Oh yeah, I mean I can't counter the attack step, so
right. So
let's have you resolve your triggers.
Yeah. So attack triggers are going to happen. So I'm going to get 2 more soldiers here, and I promise it's nothing personal. I'm just doing it for the Vine. This is shout outs to Vine. All right, so we're going to go get 2 more humans that are now attacking. Here they are. Tajic is going to put a counter on one of them.
So, wait, Patrick, I don't think you can target those, because Mentors... Does Mentor say target?
Put a +1 counter on target attacking creature.
Yeah, so you can't actually put on a new one. They don't exist
before you choose the target.
You
have to choose the target before they come into play.
That's true.
I want to say that I can do this because I played a lot of Guilds of Ravnica Limited with things that made tokens and Tajic. Because they're both attacking. You get 2 triggers, and I just stack them such that the Handwear Garrison stuff comes in.
Yeah, but they don't exist when Tajic's trigger goes on the stack.
You need to say target with Tajic.
Okay, then they're on a different thing. They're...
Oh, okay. So you do have something else to put.
Oh,
okay,
yeah. No,
you have something else to put it on.
I have a million different things that could have had stuff on there. But yeah, so okay, so this is happening. So Handwear or Westvale Cult Leader also gets larger as a result of this too. So they're indestructible. They're vigilant. They have a shitload of power. And
I have 4 blockers.
Yeah. So we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And then Westvale Cult Leader is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. So that's 35 damage.
That is 35, and I am at 37.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. 2 lives, plenty.
Yes, so that is 35 coming at me. I have 4 blockers, so I can choose to just block some of it, because none of it has trample, correct?
Yeah, none of it is trample at the present moment.
None of it is trample.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to put my 2 birds in front of your biggest thing. Yeah, so one of them is going to be the Cult Leader, and one of them is going to be the Garrison?
Yeah, Garrison's the biggest. Well, Tajic and Garrison are the same. They're both 4 power.
Okay, so between them, that is 15 less damage I'm taking, so I'd be taking 20.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can also block another one of the smaller things. Actually, no, I can block Tajic with Murmuring Mystic, because it's a 1/5, so it would survive. So yeah, I'm going to block, Tajic, a bird, Tajic, Westvale Cult Leader, and Hanwer Garrison.
Okay, so your birds are going to die.
Yes, the birds will die, and Tajic will bounce off the Mystic.
And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage.
Yes, so that will take me down to, I believe, 22.
Okay, yeah, so you are down to 22 now. I think the only thing that makes sense for me to do now is to... I've done my attack on Paul, and I'll move to my end step. And on end step, I'm going to get a Westvale Cult Leader trigger, and it's going to create a 1/1 black and white human cleric token.
All right. Well, that is unfortunate. I was hoping you would cast a spell so that maybe Paul would counter it, and I wouldn't have to worry about that. But now I do have to worry about that.
Again, this is still assuming that I have a counterspell.
Well, I mean, you've drawn a lot of cards.
I have drawn a lot of cards.
Like a lot of cards.
I have drawn a lot of cards.
But we'll just see what happens. I'll pick up my hand and I'll draw
4 cards.
Like 4 or more cards, yes.
4 or more cards, yes.
Alright. So you gotta figure out what we feel like doing here. I guess we just gotta go for stuff and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna play this island. And we're going to go to combat. So, let's see. How do we do this? Paul has flying blockers, right? And no one else does?
Paul has a single flying blocker.
Yes.
A single flying blocker, and you don't?
I do not, yeah.
And no one else does. Okay. So, I think we're going to send Lord of the Void at Pat. And we're going to send Yennett at Paul. Okay. So, Yennett triggers. And I would love to respond to that trigger.
Uh-oh.
By casting my good friend Mystical Tutor.
Mystical Tutor is an instant or sorcery.
Hell yeah.
So Niv-Mizzet will...
It sure is an instant or sorcery. It will go and find me another instant sorcery.
So,
hopefully.
Draw a card for Niv-Mizzet and deal 1 damage to... I feel like I'm sleeping on Zack, but I'm gonna ping Patrick.
That's fair. So, I'm gonna go to 38.
Shuffle that. I'm gonna put it on top. Alright. Is Yennett's trigger resolving?
Yes. Right?
Well,
right?
Yeah.
Alright. Yep, I'm just like, before anything. We're going to reveal Nexus of Fate, and I'm going to cast it, because it is cast. You have another trigger.
I do. So I'm going to draw a card and ping Pat again.
Okay. I go to 37.
Alright. Does it resolve?
It resolves.
Alright. Well, okay. Let's see if we can do this.
Hold on. 5, 6, 7. Oh, never mind. You're shuffling it.
Yeah, I'm shuffling my library. Yeah, because that's what Nexus of Fate do. All right, we'll go to the damage. 3 damage to you and 7 to Pat.
And I'm at 19 life total.
Lord of the Void has a combat damage trigger. You exile the top 7, and I get a creature.
Up from among them? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to exile Godo, Bandit, Warlord.
Well, that's a card.
Hangerback Walker, Command Tower, Torian Mauler, Together Forever, which is an enchantment.
What?
It's good in this deck and not good anywhere else. And a Plains and a Plains. So your only hits are Torian Mauler, Hangerback Walker, and Godo.
I would love a Godo.
All right.
Which I believe is a 3/3, right?
Yeah. Hold on one sec. I'm exiling everything. Yeah, it's a 3/3.
Okay. Which, when it enters the battlefield, I search for an equipment and put it into my hand or the battlefield?
Onto the battlefield.
Okay. I will.
So.
Move to.
No. I was also going to say, I don't know that. Sorry, I was thinking about. I don't know if Zack can be allowed to live either. I'm like looking. I'm like, damn. Okay, everyone's pretty threatening, and I'm like, I don't know if we're untapping, but Zack going immediately after you worries the shit out of me.
He's a little spooky. Yeah, it worries me too. Well, actually, I go after.
I know,
nice.
But that's more scary to me.
I will move to equip the Lightning Greaves onto Yennett. Is that fine? Okay. All right.
Sure.
I guess we'll figure out what this other 6 mana is going to do real quick, which I think is just going to be play a Signet and scry with the Crystal Ball. I'm going to go to my next turn, which should be my last one, as far as I'm aware. We'll play a Mana Confluence. And, yeah, alright. We're going to do it here. Going to make sure. Yep, this should be able to do it. Blue, white. It's another white. Black, black. And the rest should be blue. Yep, I can cast that. Cool. So I have 2 mana up, and I will cast a Brilliant Ultimatum. You get another trigger, because that is a sorcery.
I do, and this is, I'm getting a tingly feeling. So I'm going to trigger Niv-Mizzet, and I'm going to ping Hours.
Yeah, that's. I figured
Hours
that was about time.
Hours goes to 9, yeah.
Yeah, I got a 9. Alright, is this resolving?
Yes.
Alright, let's do it. I love this card. Alright, so we've got an island, got a Gilded Lotus, a swamp, a Minato the Fate Shifter, and a Prognostic Sphinx.
Okay. So you can go ahead and take away the lands because you already played a land for the turn. So you can't exile those. So, all right.
So, I mean, I guess we'll choose Pat because he is also the other Brilliant Ultimatum player, and it feels like that's kind of a bond we have. So I'll let you choose here. We have Gilded Lotus, a Minato, and Prognostic Sphinx.
Are you going to kill me?
What's your life total?
30.
30. No, I don't think I can kill you.
Okay. Then I guess I'll put Prognostic Sphinx and Aminatou together.
Alright. So I'm going to... So it's Aminatou, Prognostic Sphinx, and Gilded Lotus? And then Gilded Lotus is the other one. I will leave Gilded Lotus exiled, and I will cast both Aminatou... Aminatou and
like Mewtwo.
So, yeah, exactly.
It's just easy. Yeah, Aminatu strikes back.
I will plus Aminatu to draw a card and then put a card from my hand on top of my library. I would like to put that one on top of my library. And go to combat. So I will send Yennett at Paul again. And I think I'll hit. Yeah, I want a zombie. I'm gonna swing Lord of the Void at Zack.
Alright, so Yennett trigger.
Yennett will trigger.
Yeah, Yennett trigger. Yennett will trigger with this nice In Garrick's Wake.
In Garrick's Wake.
Yes, which is a sorcery.
Yes.
And it's a sorcery that says destroy all creatures you don't control and all planeswalkers you don't control.
Well, that seems pretty bad.
That is quite a lot. So we'll just get the Niv-Mizzet trigger out of the way. I'm going to ping you for 1 again.
Yeah, that does make sense. I do agree with that.
Is there anything that anyone else can do at the moment?
I can feed my Carrion Feeder.
You can feed your Carrion Feeder.
You can make a real big Carrion Feeder.
That's true. Patrick, anything with those 3 manas?
I mean, I have something, but he has an Arcane Denial, so I can't do it alone.
I did forget that you guys do know about that.
Yeah, I do know about the Arcane Denial. How much of a something is your something?
It's definitely...
Is this like a thing where he can find a way to get around it, or assuming that...
I would say I'm not playing Force of Will, so...
Okay. Let's just say that. Oh.
Are you playing Force of Will in that deck?
Not in this deck, but I have played it on the show.
I'll put it to you this way, Paul. If my thing resolves, ours is going to die.
Yes. Am I going to die if your thing resolves? How focused on this is ours? Or how focused on ours is this? I would assume is the correct way to make a dramatic statement.
Probably the most.
Okay. Is it kills Niv-Mizzet splash?
Well, so here's your options.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's either In Garrick's Wake resolves, and we have nothing and he has everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, at this point, it's up to you. Because Niv-Mizzet is going to die for sure right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Patrick, I'm going to trust you.
All right.
Tap 2 to cast Mana Drain.
Mana Drain. All right.
So Niv-Mizzet trigger goes on the stack.
Yeah, we'll let that happen first.
Okay. I will draw a card and ping you for 1.
Yep, I am at 7. So,
and then you also get a bird.
I do get a bird. I'm at this point feel like it's just gonna die, but you know what?
Well, get that bird. Get that token that you love so much.
It's still pretty.
I don't want to bring it out and then have it immediately die.
Well, I know, but then you can keep bringing it back out again.
I guess that's true.
It is an illusion. It's like you do this on a fucking wall with like a flashlight, and it's gonna come out and on again. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So
Mana Drain is on the
If Garrick's Wake doesn't resolve, then I'm dead to basically everyone. And Pat is also threatening to kill me with something else. So I guess I kind of have to protect it. We will tap both of these. 1 life from Mana Confluence. And we'll just get a regular old counterspell.
Okay.
Niv-Mizzet will trigger, and I will ping you for 1 again.
Yep, I am down to 5.
Mana Drain has been countered. And I believe that puts In Garrick's Wake back to being the thing on the stack.
It is the thing on the stack. Yes. All right. Well, I have to cast this spell because it is the only spell that I have. And I think everything that I've been leading up to will be made clear when I put it onto the stack. I'm going to tap 3 and I'm going to play Chance for Glory.
Oh, baby. That is quite a card. Well, just so I feel better about myself, I'm going to draw a card off of this.
Yeah, you do it.
All right.
Chance for Glory is an instant, so Niv-Mizzet will trigger. Feel like I'm probably about to die.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna bang Pat.
I'm down to 20.
We're all about to die, so.
Yeah, we are very much about to die.
All right, so that resolves. All of my creatures are indestructible, and I take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, I lose the game.
Right. All right. Well, maybe this Lord of the Void can get me somewhere.
All right.
Because I do still have 3 damage coming at
Yeah.
Paul and 7 at you, Pat. Or no, sorry, it was not at Pat. It was at
It's at me.
it was at you. Yes. Well,
Which is now rough.
This zombie is probably not going to cut it.
All right.
So I'll take 3.
Yeah.
I'll take 7. So it's 7 cards?
Yep.
Okay. Macias the Unhallowed.
Well, that's a card. That sure is a card.
Gisa and Geralf. Loyal Subordinate. Grix's Slave Driver. Wow, it's all gas. Okay,
Holy
Bio. Summon the Pack.
Oh my god. One day.
I really wish I could do that.
And then Opulent Palace. So these are definitely exiled.
In your expert opinion, Zach, does any of this make me not die?
No. You are dead as any of the zombies in my graveyard.
I guess I'm just going to make him Macias just to make me feel better because I like him.
Here you go.
What, is he a 5/5?
Yeah, 5/5.
Okay.
And then these are all exiled.
I guess with that, I'm going to pass the turn to Pat.
All right.
Not
Well,
me.
I'm gonna draw literally my last pathetic card, because at the end of this, at the beginning of this end step, I will lose the game. I'm going to play a Plains. Now, normally I don't do this, but I'm gonna break you off a preview of the remix, and I'm gonna play Chandra's Ignition.
Yes.
The remix to Ignition.
Yes.
Oh, no. That's upsetting.
So,
are you paying the 1?
no.
I'm going to draw a card.
Yeah. And, no, I can't. He's dead. I'm sad.
He's dead.
So, all right, yeah. So Chandra's Ignition is targeting Westvale Cult Leader. So Westvale Cult Leader deals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage to each other creature and each other player.
Yowza.
All
And
right.
then, well,
This is exactly how I hoped to die.
and then hold on, just for one more, I'm gonna play the last non-land in my hand, and I'm gonna play Arc Bond.
Okay.
And
We got the reverb effect.
And so Arc Bond
Yeah.
says choose target creature. Whenever that creature is dealt damage this turn, it deals that much damage to each other creature and each player. So I'm gonna choose, I guess, Lord of the Void. And everybody is gonna take 24 damage.
I'm going to draw another card off of your 6.
Yeah, you know it is.
All right, cool. Just
Yeah,
make
so
you
I'm
feel
gonna deal
better.
24 damage to each creature and each player.
Which, if I'm remembering right, everyone else dies.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You're dead.
All right, well...
I take 12 damage from Arc Bond, for what it's worth.
Huh. Oh, you know what? It does make me feel a little bit better knowing that you are dealt some damage too.
You know, he ended below half.
I will discard 10 cards to Prognostic Sphinx to Strathy 10 times, and then I will die.
Well, there it is, Paul. I apologize, but this was that's what I drew was chance. Basically, chance make all my stuff indestructible. Chance for glory. Untap Chandra's Ignition. Kill the board. But I got to have Chance for Glory's Instant Clause come up, which
I would say you took that chance for glory.
in the
You
end,
really did,
the end, I think it did. It made for better television. So I'm happier. I'm happier with the result.
Yeah.
I apologize. I didn't. I didn't know how to tell you, Paul, that it's like, well, I'll lose if I don't kill you. I don't know how to without spoiling the surprise for people. This does mean that in the two games that I have played Tajic, Chance for Glory has been played once by me and once by Rakdos. And so ends another fantastic, incredibly hilarious, perfect, handsome, beautiful, fun, amazing game of Friendetta. But it doesn't have to end just yet. If you haven't seen all of the episodes, you can click on the playlist here, and you can see them all. you can watch them in any order because you're watching this desynced from time, pre-recorded anytime that you like. Or if you've seen them all, then maybe you can see them all again, or find a friend and watch them together with those, maybe a play group. Anyways, this show and all of my recordings and all of my creations, rather, are powered by Patreon. You can see the patrons scrolling by your screen right there. Friendetta uploads every single Monday, whether it's very early or in some cases very late. But either way, if you're watching this on a Monday, then that means you are one of the first people to see it. If you're watching it later in the week, it means you have only a few short days until the next installment. I'm Scarizard. We are the Friendetta crew, and I appreciate your watching, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. We'll see you next week.